Hello everyone. Good afternoon, good evening actually. Okay. So, how are you all doing? So guys, as I said in my last week's video that I will be coming and talking to you about the issues, the common issues what generally people face when they plan to do events. Might be a corporate companies or might be any institutions or organizations. So I decided let me take one topic which is something which generally people come up very frequently to us or to anyone, which is something which we hear every time the problem. So common problem is okay. I'm not getting the sponsor for my event, or I'm not getting the audience for my event, or I'm know how can I bring the associates for my event. Okay. So these are the common things what I hear, I listen, and I'm sure a lot of you, if you are into the if you are the company who doing the event, maybe at some point or other point you might be getting stuck at this point. So I thought let me just talk about this. There are a lot of issues what comes into the events when you do events, but let me pick up the topic of not getting the sponsors, the response from the sponsors, and not getting the audience for the event. Okay. So now, if you remember in my last few weeks video, I was continuously talking about one important thing, that is why. Right? Why? So why is very very important. Why I emphasize on why is because if you go deep down, go to the root of why are you doing certain events, what is your purpose, and if you actually do the measurement of the events what you have done, and what exactly the honest feedback what you have received, maybe the people who have sponsored your event or maybe the audience who have attended the event, you can actually get to know, is am I doing the right event, am I doing a justice to the brand, or is my brand value getting impacted through this event, or my is I'm able to spread the right kind of message through the event. So if you actually question this and strategize your event, or maybe revamp your event in this way, and when you have a strong message like, okay, I'm doing this event because this is how it is going to impact, or this is how it is going to add value to people, or this is how it is going to spread and going to help or make a difference, that's what you need to communicate to the sponsors. And when you communicate this message, your purpose of your event, and that's where sponsor also connects. So when you only don't connect to your event, when you I mean in the course of action, when you're doing some event continuously year after year, or maybe quarterly, or maybe 6 monthly, and you have no idea why certain event is going on. I mean what was the last time when you actually decided and discussed about the certain events, whatever events is going on from last few years? So it's always needed that you revisit what are you doing, you revisit your strategies, you revisit the event, what you are doing. Is that actually giving the value? Is that actually providing the value to the people or the sponsors? Are they genuinely getting interested to sponsor your event? See guys, I mean even the intention matters. You know, the intention, I really feel bad when I see some companies or some organizations do events just for sake of getting sponsors and the sponsors money. I really feel bad. The reason is because if someone is investing their money into your event, it means it's your responsibility to give them the maximum value. It's your responsibility. Also, people who are coming to your event, who are attending your event, who are spending their time, their effort, their money to attend your event, it's your responsibility to provide them the quality content. It's your responsibility to provide them the quality time to network with other people, or people who are coming, or to those or with the speakers who are there. So it becomes your responsibility, just not for the sponsor but the people who are associated, like your sponsors, your partners, your audience, your whoever is a part of that event. Okay. So make sure that whatever event you're doing from long time, do revisit that event. Revisit, think, is that, are you really doing a justice? Are you really doing a justice for your sponsors? Are you really doing justice for your associates? Are you really providing value to the audience? Are you really providing the good value, and you're valuing the time of the speakers? Make sure that you revisit and redesign the entire strategy of the event. Once you do that, and once you connect to your event, when you have a strong vibe with you, that's where, and when you go again to the sponsors with your proposal, and you see the magic, you see how they will connect and how they will also get ready to associate with you. Okay. Also, when you As I always say, event is a very, very powerful tool or a very strong medium where you directly connect with your audience or your target market. So make sure that your brand message is going in a right direction, in a right way. Don't just copy paste like, okay, so a certain corporate companies, a certain brand has done this event, so let me also do that. So if something is in trend, it does not mean that it will give you results, right? So something what actually align to your brand value, your brand message, that kind of event will give you the results. Okay. And one more thing, what I have seen is you invest so much of money into events, right? What are you really measuring that? What is the ROI you're getting out of it? When you invest something, it's very important to measure what is the return you're getting out of it. How it is, how actually is it really making the value of the money, or is it just a waste? So if certain events, if something which is really not giving the value to you or to the audience, to anyone, or and it's simply like you're just doing and the money is going in, why don't you scrap that event? Why you have to do that event? So when there are common issues like not getting sponsors, not getting audience, not having a proper budget. So I will say there is never issue of a budget, not having a budget. There is always problem that you fail to plan in advance. There is always a last minute thing. When the year starts, like now the financial year closing will be starting. So your event calendar should be ready. After, I mean, even before 1 year, once an event calendar is ready, when it's 8 months left to any event, your content should be ready, your speakers should be ready. Also, you should spend time, like when we work with our client as an event consultant, so we make sure that the speakers who are coming and going to deliver, we make sure that we give them the some input so that they can engage the audience. Because as I always say, uh, speakers have a very good content with them, very good content with them, but somehow some of the speakers fail to deliver or fail to engage the audience or to grab the attention. So I mean, it's possible, right? So it's not that they might be from technical field and they might not be used to this. So what we do as a consultant, we make sure that we also train the speakers how they can engage the audience by a little bit of inputs what we give, and which actually create a difference. So the little things, what whenever you plan your event, whether you're planning your maybe a movie launch, maybe you're planning your conferences, or maybe the annual day or a team outing, anything you do, anything you plan, or maybe the government events, what they do, the bigger conferences, small things matters. You need to make sure that small things are taken care. Even the experience you provide when you're doing the registration is important. Having the multiple counters also make difference. So let me give one example. When we got appointed as a event consultant for PWD department of government of Maharashtra. So over there, the IRC event, the 79th edition, we completely revamped it. The way it was going on from last 78th edition. So let me just give you one example of what we did, a small example. That of course we had like the app and the recent way of doing the registration, so that people registered in advance. So they were in this event. There are mostly the retired people and the aged people who comes. So now when there is a people who are coming of the aged people are coming in, we can't expect that they are tech savvy. So people expect that their registration is done on the spot. So what we did in that event is very, very small thing. We hired the stenographers. So stenographers are someone who have a higher speed when there is something they need to type. So we appointed that them, and the people who have not registered well in advance. So the stenographer, as they have a preset form which is really big, and it's a rule of them, so which we can't change. So what we did is the stenographer, when they were doing the registration, it became so fast that the waiting time of the people reduced. So even though it was a small thing, but it really mattered. So from the 78th edition to 79th edition, the experience improved, right? So these are the small things what you need to take care. So when we also come into the picture and work with you for your event, we make sure that we take care of small things, because it creates the impression, it creates the impact. Okay. So coming back to the topic. So if you're facing the issue for the sponsors or getting the audience for your event, make sure that you revisit the particular event. Make sure you redefine the purpose of that event. If you don't have the purpose, just ask the question, why are you doing this thing? Sit with your strategy team, re-strategize the event, and come up with a strong why. And once you connect with that why, and you communicate that message to your sponsors, even they will connect, and I'm sure even they will like to associate with you. Okay, so implement these things and I'm sure you will see the results. I'm sure these issues will get sorted. And yes, do remember, plan your event calendar well in advance. Make sure that the content and the other things are ready, because a lot of issues happen when things are ignored and it is kept for the last minute. So when we also come as an event consultant, we will make sure that everything is done in well in advance. Okay, now a lot of people come and ask me what we do, what I do. So let me just give you a brief. So we are India's foremost event consulting company, not the event management. We come before the event management company. So we are the event consultant which work with you as your team. We come, we strategize your event with you. We make sure that whatever the event you're doing, you get the result, the desired result, what you want, and improve, and we improvise the quality of your event. Okay, so make sure if you are the person who is facing the difficulty for getting the sponsor, make sure you revisit the event. If you feel there is like the event what you're doing is not the event which create an impact, then change the event, change the concept, ask yourself what is that you would like to do which align to your brand, or the purpose for why you're doing the event. Ask these few questions, redesign your event, redesign the strategies, come up with a strong why, and I'm 100% sure once you communicate your strong why with the sponsors, they will definitely connect to you and they will associate with you for long term. Okay, so guys, my message to you is keep giving the value to the people who are associated with the events. Might be the audience, might be the speakers, might be the sponsors or associate. Keep doing value driven event, keep doing result oriented event. Okay, so let's change how things are going right now, like people doing event only for the sake of doing it. Let's change that and let's make the event more value driven, more result oriented. Okay, if any questions, please come back to me. You can ask me the question, you can write to me, you can email it to me, and I can cover that in my next show. I would like to cover the safety and security aspect in my next video, because what I have seen and observed is safety and security is something which is really ignored in event industry. So there are a few things which you should not ignore. So whenever you're doing the event next time, you can yourself see and make sure and track the few important things so that your event safety is being taken care. So in my next live show, I will be covering about safety and security. Okay, so do share this video whom you feel it might be helpful, and do write to me. And if you have implemented some suggestions what I have said and you have seen the result, please write to me, because I will love to hear the success stories. Okay, thank you guys, thank you so much. Enjoy your Sunday. Bye.